Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time watching me, my name is Jenny. I seriously could not wait to film today's video because this is probably the most hype ever in history concealer, and I'm talking about the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filter concealer. And I am also going to be testing out the new Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder. So if you want to see how these goodies work, then please continue watching. Alright, so we knew that Fenty Beauty was going to come out with concealers anytime soon. It was just a matter of time. Obviously, Rihanna is killing the game with her makeup brand, and I knew I needed to try this out. She released 50 new shades of the brand new Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Concealer, and it retails for $26, and it does come with 0.27 fluid ounces. Doesn't stop there. Fenty Beauty also released brand new powders, and I obviously got mine. This is the new Instant Retouch Setting Powder. This one retails for $32, and I got mine in the shade Banana. So let's get into the application portion, and I'm gonna prime my face using the Marc Jacobs Coconut Perfecting Primer. This is honestly my favorite face primer at the moment. I do have the Fenty primer, but it's not my favorite, so I rather use something that I know I like using. I'll be using my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation. I am currently on the shade 290. This is a really great foundation, to be honest. So I didn't know until recently that she also came out with 10 brand new shades of the Pro Filter foundation. So in case you didn't find a foundation for you the last time, then maybe now she has a shade for you. This is a really great foundation. It really stays on for a long time. When I first purchased this foundation, I had purchased a different shade and I wasn't really happy with how it matched my skin. Now I got this 290 shade and I think it works perfectly with my skin tone. So I figure I'll use that one today since I'm gonna be using her concealer. So now for the concealers, Fenty Beauty made it very easy to find your concealer shade. So basically, based on your Pro Filter foundation, so for example, if I am on the shade 290, if I go to the concealers and I pick the 290 concealer shade, this shade should complement my foundation perfectly. It is already going to be lighter than my foundation, which is going to be perfect for highlighting. You could use a lighter shade if you prefer, but this is the suggested concealer shade that should go perfectly with your foundation. So for that reason, I personally picked my concealer in 290, and I do sometimes like my concealer to be a little bit lighter, and for that reason I also picked the 280 shade. So I'm gonna see which one works better. I'm gonna try 290 first, and if I find that it's not light enough, then I'll go with the 280. I'm gonna do one eye at a time because I want to see how it blends. I'm gonna blend one eye at a time because I want to test two different tools. So I'm gonna be using my beauty sponge on this side, and I'll use a makeup brush for the other side. Alright, I can already tell that I'm gonna love this formula. It feels so light. I normally don't like heavy concealers, you know that already. But this feels so nice. As you saw, I did apply a very thin layer, and look at the difference. Do you see how much better this side looks compared to the one that I don't have any concealer on? Yeah, this shade definitely complements the foundation perfectly. I do like to use a little bit of concealer on my eyelid because I do have hyperpigmentation. Yeah, this concealer definitely looks so nice, you guys. You know, it's like the perfect formula. Like, it's not too creamy that it's gonna start creasing right away, but it does not feel dry, which is like the perfect in between. You know what I mean? I'm gonna zoom you in a little bit so that you can see it. I am seriously very impressed so far. It looks so thin. I literally don't feel like I have any concealer on. Obviously, that was just one simple layer, but it did such a big difference. And it literally feels like it's my skin. That's the best part. It feels so natural. Okay, I think I'm gonna leave you right there just so that you can see better. Okay, just for fun, I am gonna apply a second layer. Just to see if it layers well. It literally feels like it blends on its own. Yeah, that definitely added so much more coverage. I do feel that one layer is enough, but if for some reason that's not enough for you, it definitely layers pretty well. It doesn't look cakey, which is a huge plus for me. Now I'm gonna do my other side, but I am gonna try blending this side with a makeup brush. And I don't have the brushes that Fenty Beauty sells. I mean, they are a little bit expensive and I was already buying all this, so I really didn't wanna spend more. But let's just test. I'm gonna be using this Morphe brush. This is an M173. Okay. It blends really nice with the brush as well. I just want to mention it, but as always, using a beauty sponge like I did on the other side, it does look more sheer, so I did get more coverage in this side in which I use a makeup brush, but that's just a standard. That's what happens with beauty sponges because they tend to absorb a lot of the product. I guess if you use a makeup brush, the concealer might last you longer, but it blended really nice. Can you see how nice? It literally melted into my skin so perfectly. Now I do want to apply a little bit of the concealer on my nose, just right there, on my forehead, and a little bit on my chin. Alright, so now I am really excited to obviously try out the powder. And can we just first take a second to appreciate this packaging? I mean, Fenty, this is so cute. I mean, it does look so expensive. I love her packaging in much of the products because they're so unique. And let's see. So if I didn't mention it, I got mine in the shade Banana because it's just what's gonna complement my skin better. And it does come with a little plastic just for protection. Wow. This powder, I don't know if it's the powder or the concealer, but it made my under eye look so clear and so HD. I mean, it looks amazing, right? I don't know, you tell me. I'm gonna use a little bit of this powder to set the rest of the face. I normally don't like to use a lot of powders, especially now during the winter. I tend to be drier, so I'm only gonna use a small amount. I am seriously obsessed. I love how my complexion looks. I mean, everything looks so smooth. Like if I have a filter on, my under eye is looking really nice. It doesn't look dry. It does not look cakey. I think it's just win all around. I am obsessed. I don't know if it's too soon, but yeah, this is potentially gonna become one of my favorite concealers. But let me go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I'm back. I completed the rest of my face makeup and I didn't do anything with my eyes because I did want it to keep it simple so that you can see more than anything my complexion. And let me zoom you in so that you can see better. Can you all see how beautiful my under eye looks? I honestly think that it looks perfect. I don't have anything really bad to say about that concealer. I guess if I'm being very, very picky, like extremely picky about it, there is minor creasing on my under eye. I don't know if you can see, but that's just what happens with any concealer, to be honest. Even with the best of the best. I mean, I do have a lot of lines under my eyes, so I think it's just normal that if I apply any type of product, it's gonna kind of settle into those lines. But if I put that aside, I mean, it honestly looks so amazing. I think it's seriously one of the best concealers ever. I am super impressed. Okay, let me back you out a little bit. I am seriously super impressed. I mean, I love how everything looks. I seriously cannot recommend you this concealer enough. I think you all need to try it. I think Fenty did get it right. I think it's an amazing concealer. Now, in regards to the powder, I mean, I really love how this powder worked. The fact that it is like a yellow, you know, banana color, it worked wonders for highlighting under my eye, and I did use it to carve out my contour. It worked wonders. The fact that it was a banana color, it did not interfere at all. I know that for me, this specific shade works perfectly because of my olive yellow undertones. But if you're somebody that maybe might not find the right shade in the collection, then I feel like a translucent powder would have been the best, and I did not see that she came out with one, so that's the only thing. But for me, this specific powder worked amazing, and I really think that I'm gonna continue using this like crazy. I love the packaging. I mean, I really love it. I still want to continue trying out the concealer with other foundations and the powder with other concealers and other foundations as well. But for today's video, I think everything combined within this Filt'r collection worked amazing. I would totally recommend you for you to try it out on this concealer. You seriously don't want to sleep on it. I think that's everything I have to say. You definitely need to try it. So I think these two products definitely are worth the hype. But as always, I hope you found this video helpful, and thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't done that yet, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.